Robert Earl Dean, who do we got with us today?
This young man is doing some great things in the music industry. He is jazz, he's R&B, he's gospel. This man can do whatever you need him to do. We need him to do it. None other than our brother from another mother, Mr. David P. Stevens. Welcome to the Wake Up Morning Show, my brother.
Oh man, good morning. Thanks so much for having me, y'all. This is great. Y'all got me up in the morning.
Yeah, we got you up. We saw you yarning a few minutes ago.
Yeah. First of all, let me just. I got two beefs with you.
You always got a beef,
and I'm gonna get this beef off my chest real quickly, and then we'll be fine. My number one beef was when you came to Jazz at the Creek, you had on some
checkered.
No, were they was
checkered.
No, it wasn't checkered. It was tweed. No, it wasn't
Plaid?
tweed. It was what kind of pants did you have on? What was?
They was checkered, black and white.
So they were checking pants. I don't know. You know, I'm always trying to test the limits with fashion and stuff like that, man. So,
but it was dope.
No. First of all, let me handle my beef. Let me handle my beef.
Handle your beef.
My beef is that I was trying to catch up with you because I wanted to get one too. You know, I wanted to have some of them pants too, so I could have been up there with you, and I didn't get to hang out with you to get the pants. So that's my first beef. You got to tell me the tailor that got you hooked up. Then I got you. My second beef is, I know you are a guitar player extraordinaire, but did you have to buy all the Guitar Center's guitars?
Oh man, you talking all the guitar? You know, it's funny. Because I have an endorsement, so they send the guitars, but you know, this is pretty cool.
Okay, and so here's my last one.
You said two,
but I had to bring this up. This ain't a beef. This is an acknowledgement.
Okay.
You know, I knew you was dope and everything, but at Jazz at the Creek, you went to a whole nother level. I don't know if you remember the part in Dream Girls where they were having a battle and his brother was playing the guitar and won the competition. There was a part at Jazz at the Creek that you leaned back just like him and you just went in. I said, this gonna be one of my new favorite friends right here.
Oh, thank you, man.
So I really, really, truly enjoy your art and your the way that you brought your show to life with your brothers. So I first want to say kudos to you.
He can sing too.
Very uniquely different when you see not two black men but three black men working together and be on one accord, and we literally walked away feeling like we knew each and every one of you. So I want to say kudos to you guys.
Man, thank you so much. That's a huge compliment. I appreciate it.
And he can sing too, and it was an honor working in the green room, and him and I sat and talked, and he was so kind and he was so approachable, and we know in this industry everybody's not always that. But we appreciate that about you. How did you get started in this musicianship, this singing, this industry?
Well, my dad is a pastor, and so when we were kids, you know, we were in church all the time, and
it must be coaching.
And I started. No, it was Church of God, but not Church of God in Christ.
Okay.
So, we actually I would be there all the time, and the instruments were right there, and they would always just draw me like, man, you know, they go to drums and such is not playing today. So my dad, eventually I had to play every instrument because, you know, whoever didn't show up, y'all know how it goes.
Yes, sir.
Drummer quit, and so I had to play for like 5 years, and then we got a drummer, and then, you know, went to piano, and, you know, just kept doing a whole bunch of different stuff, whatever my pop needed, you know, and at one point, I think towards the end of being there, I was a minister of music at the church. So, you know, just that's how it all started.
So tell us, where are you from and where do you reside now?
So I'm from Philly, born and raised in Philly, and now live in Los Angeles. So, yeah, I'm actually out in the suburbs of Los Angeles, moved my whole family out.
So that's really, because you come from a musical city. Coming from that city, did you work with any of the ones that we know, like Jill Scott or Patty or any of them? Did you do any work with any of them?
No, I sure didn't. I just I was always doing my own thing, you know, and then just kind of started touring with the jazz, with my own jazz stuff, and it took off. So I knew all of the guys who were doing the music for them and everything. Grew up with a lot of them, but just was always always pressing my own thing.
Okay, so let me ask you this question. This is a rumor, and you can help me with this rumor.
Yeah.
You know, I heard that the way you met your wife was you was on stage playing, and she walked in, and as she walked in, you start playing to her walk, and she finally knew that you was flirting with her with your guitar. Is that true or not? I just want to know.
Man, that's far from true. Nah, we were kids. My wife, we were both teenagers, and we've been together for, I'm not gonna say how many years because then that'll tell how old I am, but we've been together for many. Well, I can say it. Y'all won't know. We've been together for 27 years.
Oh wow!
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, we were kids, man, and so it's been a blessing just watching her growing through her thing, and the kids and just all that stuff.
Look at that black love.
Right.
It is still possible
it is
today.
still possible. Now, where have your travels taken you?
Oh man, so all over the country, but then also I did a full tour in Europe, which was crazy because when they set up the tour, I didn't think anybody knew who I was. Man, it was packed out theaters.
Wow.
We performed for a whole month. It was in and out of airplanes and buses and all that stuff. But I was shocked because everywhere we went, it was just packed, and it was really cool, really cool.
So let me ask you this question. When you have an extra time to meet you, I literally, David, my wife has, I think, interviewed you. She plays your music because she's a musical director here. My sister Sandrea, she calls you the brother from another mother. She's on the line right now. But
Oh, hey, Andrea.
yeah, I didn't get a chance to sit and chop it up with you. But on stage, it was like you was everybody's friend. Everybody just seemed to connect with you, and you connected with the audience. How did you build your stage presence to be so personable?
Well, it's interesting. I started out with my band doing like a small club in Philadelphia. It was called Warm Daddies at the time. And Philly is one of those places where the people will let you know if they like you or not. So
Wow.
we had to do a lot of shows with people just kind of staring at us like this until we figured out how to start getting them to get with us, And so over the years, I think that all that training helped to build that, and so I feel a lot more comfortable, with people and everything on stage.
So help me if make sure that I'm trying to remember if I saw this right. On your lean back when you was playing, did you bite your lip?
I probably did. I do all kinds of stuff. You know what, man? Sometimes these photographers that do jazz photography and stuff, they come to the shows and I'm expressive. I can't help it, man. They be camera all up my nose and
Right.
just all these crazy faces. I'm like, I can't even post this stuff on social media.
Right. Well, that's because your personality draws them, like he said, and people want to be close to you.
Yeah.
Who are some of the people that you grew up liking their music or admiring them?
Man, Norman Brown was my hero, man, when I was growing up. George Benson, of course,
yes.
But then I watched people like Gerald Albright. Gerald Albright's stage presence to me just always, like was the high bar. He set the bar, and so I used to watch people like him and Najee, and all of them. And then so now to be able to play on stages with them and stuff like that, man, is like it's a dream come true.
Man, I got to tell you this one. One of our ambassadors, Miss Pennerman, she said, my 70-year-old white mother sat in VIP, loves him. And then she put in LL Cool David. Ladies love Cool David. I'm like, man, you getting them young and old, brother.
Season.
Yeah, white and black.
Man. Thank you. That's what's up. I needed to hear that.
Yes. So tell me, how did you perfect your style, your sound? Because there's a lot of people out there trying to be in jazz and smooth jazz, but they all are starting to sound the same. How did you create your sound and stand out among the many artists that are out there?
Man, I think I fought for it. My influences were always R&B and fusion and of course gospel and then jazz, and they're all kind of like a melting pot. And I didn't want to be like everybody else, and that comes with some costs.
Yeah.
You can't get the same thing that everybody else has. They say the pioneers always suffer the most. I'm not calling myself that, but I'm saying, I always tried to make sure that I really fought for my sound and really tried to, because y'all know how it is. Smooth jazz, like you said, you can get pigeonholed into a certain area, and I didn't want to do that.
So
Creativity.
let me ask you this question: how did you guys put together this trio of you, Marquel, and Lynn? How did you guys get together?
So we're all friends. We all travel together. Me and Lynn tour a lot together, and Marquel is just a phenomenal saxophone player, man. And we've done some things together as well. So it just was natural. It was natural. And we get on the phone. Matter of fact, they just texted me a couple minutes ago. We get on the phone and we're like brothers, and so it comes across, I think, on the stage as well.
Well, I want to ask this question. I wasn't gonna cause no rift between you, but did you and Marquel kind of coordinate your pants? Because I noticed that he was trying to flow with you on that whole thing, and I was like, somebody missed the cue.
They didn't get the note.
Oh, it was so funny. We showed up there, man, and we both had on the checkered pants. That's a win.
Amen.
So if you could share the stage with anybody, dead or alive, who would be the person that you would want to share the stage with?
Man, this is always the hardest question because it's so many. Like, I really love Layla Hathaway and her artistry, man. I think she's amazing. I would really want to work with her. Boys to Men,
Philly.
Babyface, man. If I could rock with Babyface, for a night, that would be dope too. It's just so many people, so many artists. So yeah.
Who are some of your favorite gospel artists?
Man, so Andre Crouch was all throughout my house growing up.
Yes, sir.
But then,
yes, sir.
Then, of course, the Winans, and then the Winans got me into Commission.
Yes.
And then Commission, I was a Commission fanatic. So man, and then who else? Man, it could just go on and on and on. Had a chance to I wrote and produced for Lisa McClendon. She was one of my favorites.
Are you serious? Can you hook us up with her? I want to interview with her. I've been trying to find her.
Doubt.
I've been trying to find her.
I'll definitely send it. Yeah, I'm actually working on a new project that she's doing now. But man, but I'm trying to think who else. But Commission was everything. Oh, CeCe Winans. To this day, I still want to work with CeCe Winans, man. Like that's one of my goals. Just a lot.
Well, Commission has a movie coming out soon.
I've heard that in the wind.
Yes,
and
yes.
I'm waiting. I'm waiting because
everybody,
I'm diehard.
Everybody's waiting for that movie.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
So let me ask you this question. It's bad when you are doing an interview and people are texting you, asking questions and everything else. They want to know, how long have you been in the industry and what is up next for you? So
it's been, let me see. Well, I put out the first jazz album. I'll start there because I've been in this thing for a long time. I put out the first jazz album in 2005, and just have been going since then. And then so what's next is I have more albums in me that I want to put out. My focus has been writing and producing for a lot of other artists, and trying to build that catalog as well. So that's really what's going on.
I could hear you doing some quartet stuff.
Oh my goodness. It's interesting. I didn't grow up with that, but I heard, like, recently just heard some stuff that made me be like, goodness gracious, they guitar players, man.
They're crazy.
I gotta get on some of that.
Well, I'm working on a new project. I'm working on a new project, and I think that we need to connect on one of my cuts. It's called "I Can't Sing, but He Can Play." You know what I'm saying? I know it's gonna be a hit. I wrote it with you in mind.
Right. Yeah. Right.
Okay, let me grab the guitar. stars.
So,
Right.
so man, we're looking forward to doing more work with you
I sure
in the
am
very
too. Yes.
near future. We want you to know that San Diego now is your official second home. You know what
Oh
I'm
man,
saying?
thank
Anytime you come to the city, if we don't get a phone call and know that you in the city, and matter of
you.
fact, we try not to oversaturate you in the city because we want to kind of keep that jazz at the creek specialty about you.
Right.
But you're gonna always have a home, be it in the church,
Oh,
in the clubs, because everywhere you go, you bring that godly presence. And man, we appreciate just your energy. I know that Sandrea, like I said, she don't claim too many people. She don't claim too many people. Oh wait a minute. You know, people just all up in their social media. This is Sandrea right now. She says right here, I announced last night that David P. Stevens and Lynn Roundtree are the anchors to the Independent Artist Showcase for Jazz at the Creek 2021. Did you know that?
Says 22.
I did. That's a blessing.
2022.
Yeah, I spoke with her, and I'm just honored, man. I'm really honored to do it. I'm excited, actually.
You know,
And
you know, I thought I was the boss and everything like that,
I
and
thought you were
and
too.
I would get the announcement first, but I guess everybody else got the announcement before me. Well, congratulations!
Right.
thank you.
Right.
I appreciate, and honestly, I appreciate the love that everybody gave us at the show. You know, certain shows are special, you know, and you remember those, and that was one of those shows, and everybody showed us so much love and hospitality.
Especially
So,
the green room. Especially the green room.
yeah. The food was amazing, and she looked out. I have a special diet. Like, I don't eat meat. I just eat like fish and vegetables.
Yeah.
And she killed that. I still have that taste.
Yes.
Oh, my Mama Bear's on the line
Mama Bear,
too.
she's on here too. Yes.
Oh, well, thank you so much, because that food, I still remember it.
Yeah. Well, one of the things is I didn't know. Did your wife come down with you this time?
No, she didn't come.
We hopefully be able to get her down and be able to spoil her also next time. I give it up to Sandrea Jackson. She has always put together very, very good productions. And I'm just teasing. She had already talked to me about she bringing her brothers back. And so she was very excited about you guys. And one of the things I love about artists, there's some artists that they come and go, it's just a paycheck, and then there's some artists that become family. You guys have truly become family, and we're looking forward to doing more work with you. Robert Earl.
I have my last famous question. If I gave you $5 million and I said do a David P. Stevens Presents concert, they could be dead or alive, who would the show include?
Man, that's going to take me a minute.
You got a minute, brother.
So
You got a
many.
minute.
Of course, I mentioned Gerald Albright. I mentioned Najee. It would be an amazing jazz fest, but then we would add in there who else? Let me see. I always get stumped on this. Shaka Khan.
Natalie Cole.
You know, I wasn't a big. I know. I got it. Let me just keep on moving.
I liked her eyes. Her eyes were nice.
Yeah, you know.
Right.
Let me see. No, I would Jill Scott, Erica Badu.
Yes.
The Roots. Man. You name it, man. All that whole soul vibe, and then you add in jazz, and yeah, that would be my perfect concert.
Man, I tell you, you know, when you said Erica Badu,
She's coming to San Diego.
you know, Erica, she, the Abdullah got that. She's special.
Yeah.
She's special. You know, the funny thing about it is, she is. Although we see a lot of different antics, the girl is just strictly talented. She has a lot. I mean, the girl is.
She's
just
a
gifted.
Grambling State University alumni. She came the year I left. She came to Grambling State.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
HBCU in the house.
Now, I just got to ask a question. Have you did any of the tours of the HBCUs?
no, I haven't. I mean, I would love to. If there's anything like that opens up, and if you have a plug to any of that, please let me know, because I would love to do that. I've been dying to do something like that.
Okay. He done had my business mind going again. Him and Lynn, black to black.
Yeah, listen, and we can do what we do. I would love that.
Yeah, the HBCUs is the craze now with the social issues that are going on. Everybody wants to go to a HBCU that's African American. I think is great.
Okay, so I want to say this. Because you've been married for so long, you have children. How do you balance off your family life and your road life?
I think that we spend so much time together when we are together that we, I don't really hang out and do a whole bunch of stuff. It's like when I'm with the kids, it's daddy time. So we spend so much time together that they're usually like, "Don't you have a show to do or something else? You have somewhere to go."
They be trying to
And
get
I
rid of
think,
them.
right, and that's what. And even when I'm on the road, like we FaceTime, we do different things because I just want them to always feel the presence. And it's been a blessing. They're very supportive. My wife is amazing, man. She's so supportive and has been from the beginning. So it's been a good balance.
Mm-hmm. She's like, you go on out there, baby. You bring home the bag. Mama gonna be here when you get back. Bring home that bag, and whoo, you was good. See, men need that kind of energy, and make you work harder.
What about your parents? How your parents feel about how well you're doing?
Oh man, they love it. My dad has been in the corner since day one, and some pastors' kids have a lot of horror stories. Yep. I don't have that. My pop was dad first, and every football game. I remember I was playing football one year, and the team was in the middle of a fight, and I looked at my dad because I wanted to make sure I wasn't about to get in trouble. He just kind of
handle your business.
Get your blows in. They wrong, son.
Right. And I knew he played a sport. I knew it. I was going to ask you, did you play a sport? I was going to ask that question.
Yep. I played many. I played football. I swam actually for all 4 years of high school. And then what else did I do? Then just pick up basketball. I played a lot of basketball, and then my pop played baseball, so I played on his team for a few years.
Wow.
Okay, so my last question, I think it is going to be my last question.
You always say that.
Okay, how many kids you got?
I have 3 kids, man.
The Trinity.
12, 14, and 17.
Okay, so you got 3 kids. You're married.
Mm-hmm.
What was the latest, funniest comment that one of your kids said to you, and you just had to fall out laughing?
Oh man! So I had my toes outside, and it's the morning time, and I got on my sandals, and so my daughter comes and walks outside. Oh, he got the night crawlers out today. I'm like, come on, man, like.
They must have been ashy.
He said the night crawler, that must be they long.
Must be ashy, long claws, and all that good stuff. That's all right, but tell them but your fingers are good.
So do any of your kids play musical instruments? So my son played saxophone. He was actually getting really good, but he decided to switch to film. And then my youngest son also played saxophone, and my daughter played flute, but they didn't continue.
Okay,
so that's the sort of thing right there. That's the sort of topic.
The son that is in film, we can still use him in the business,
right?
We can still.
Oh, he's amazing. He's going to go to school for it. He's.
USC has a good cinema school.
Yeah, I'm hoping and praying. That's actually where my wife teaches. I'm hoping that my son will go there, but if not, he has so many. His future's bright.
Wait a minute, your wife teaches at USC?
Mm-hmm. Professor.
Well, then he going to USC because we get that discount.
They get that discount.
And everything like that.
FREE for your children.
Man, speak it and from your lips to God's ears. So
yeah, their cinema school is second to none.
Be like this now, son. We're gonna have this little conversation. See, your mom done invested in her career, and she's there, and so your school of choice will be USC. Your second choice will be USC, and your third choice will be USC.
But guess what the top movie schools are? It's USC, UCLA, and San Diego State. Those are the top 3.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Now, if he come down to San Diego, then he got all these uncles and aunts down here.
Yes.
And we got San Diego on lock.
Yeah.
Now, my last thing I want to say, San Diego State, we don't have a professional football team. There's some traders that live up in LA now, but we are building a brand new stadium.
Yes, sir.
For the San Diego Aztecs.
Yes, sir.
Which is our team of choice at this point.
Okay.
Man, when we get it all said and done, I'm gonna have Sandrea call you. We're gonna do something real funky at that stadium. You know what I'm saying? And just make it just ridiculous.
Oh
and
man, I'm
everything.
with that all day.
Jazz at
all
the park.
day.
You talking about Jazz at the creek?
and,
Jazz at the park.
Jazz at the stadium.
It's talking about
I
at
gotta
the
say the
park.
park.
We call it stadiums park.
Yeah, park. Okay,
Yeah.
Jazz at the park.
Remember back in the day we had the cool jazz festival
Yeah.
at the stadium. And remember they had all the big
Yeah.
screens. Natalie, Chaka. Remember all of them.
But I'm gonna put in his contract that he got to lean back and bite his lip so we get on big screen. If he don't lean back and bite his lip, yeah, there you go. If he don't give us that pose, we can't do it in the contract.
Right.
My friend,
man.
again, you family.
Yeah.
Anytime you need us, we're gonna rock with you. The song that we have that we're gonna rock for you is called "Shake It Off." But before we leave, we want you to tell everybody how they can find you, how they can connect with you, how they can get your project.
Cool, man. My website is davidpstevens.com. And for those just listening and not watching, it's with a V. David P. Stevens with a V. And then all of my social media is under David P. Stevens, and all of my projects are everywhere, all over, digital stuff, and it's with David P. Stevens.
Now,
So
they want to know what the P stand for. Does it stand for Percy?
For Paul.
people put different stuff on it all the time. P-Funk, party, all kinds
For
of stuff.
Pentecost. Pentecost.
But
For
it's
praise
Paul.
him.
Pentecost.
But it's Paul, though. It's
Okay, Paul. David Paul.
You got a
Stevens.
Bible name.
All right, man. Introduce the song. We're going to rock it for the people.
Cool, man. This is Shake It Off my new album, Evolution, and it's featuring Elon Troutman on the saxophone. And, man, I just want you to shake it off. Shake off that pandemic and dance.
Here we go, y'all.